Yo, check it out. It's your boy DJ L7 today. We just had our meeting regarding Medicare for all, and my man James Juicy brought up a really good point. The thing is that a lot of these so-called things that are meant to help us are often, well, I'm talking about poor, underserved communities. They pretend like they're going to help us, but then it just turns into something weaponized against us. And Roguski brought up a really good point at our last meeting, which I'm definitely, I wasn't really following Jayapal's, her proposed legislation, but I have been following, just the overall conversation just in general. And I know that Medicare for all, right? If Medicare for all is like your only choice, it's one way it can be interpreted. And I'm not really down with that. Just from working in government type situations and stuff like that, when there's only one game in town, there's no accountability. If it's the only system available, then, you just have to deal with whatever inefficiencies and honestly fucked up shit happens. And you could pass any laws that you want against racism, whatever, blah, it's gonna happen, yeah? And without accountability, or without options, there's really no pressure. You cannot stop, the most horrible fucked up racism from happening straight up. So I wanna say right now that my position in Medicare for all is also to be watchdog to make sure that certain bad things don't go down, but I'm highly outnumbered. A lot of people are just ready to go for it, willing to, take their little win, and then put a feather in their cap and feel good about themselves. But this is not really helping the poor. It's just really kind of, you felt good about doing some half measure, and then people are left out in the fucking cold, starving and fucked up, and you feel like, oh, I did something. No, it's not. You got to make sure that it goes all the way. So my position, Medicare for all, right now we're getting together because honestly, if it's what the people want, the people should get it, There's a couple, Biden's supposed to be, he said he would veto it, so we're gonna have to see, man. He might change his mind, blah, blah, blah. That guy stands for nothing, man. And the concerns that the Green New Deal is a giveaway to big tech, that the Medicare for all is a giveaway to big pharma. This is just how it generally works, That's just par for the course. That ain't nothing special. So we gotta really be watching, and the implementation is key. People make these policies, they repeat these talking points that some of these YouTubers out here saying, oh, I'm all about the policy, yeah. Guess what? Policy doesn't feed a motherfucker. It's like when that food actually gets into my hands. So a lot of these same YouTubers were out there celebrating when Assange, wasn't extradited, I was like, I ain't celebrating until that dude walks out the door a free man, you know what I mean? It ain't over until it's over, Don't, little bullshit they give you it's a fucking lie, it's a manipulation, and it's bullshit. So unfortunately, people like myself who are maybe more straight up more knowledgeable, who've been working in the field longer, our voices are often disregarded for people who want to have that easy win now. They say, we could get this, or we could have all these people, blah, blah, blah. They don't care if people get harmed. And a lot of times I'm there sweeping up the pieces or working amongst those people. They're just going back to the bougie ass, little meetings and then little clubs patting themselves on the back. So they'll never get it. And they'll never, the fact of the matter, you look at the progressive left, what Asian American voices are out there. You have some Asian American females probably. It's probably honestly sucking on a white dick, let's be fucking real. Are they really stand for Asian American, or they just have a face of it, but they don't really stand for our interests? What are they really doing fighting for us? Are they really doing that? No, they're not, man. Look. I could say some things, but it's not, our society's like that, I was talking with a organizer the other day. I was saying, look, the state of Asian Americans in this progressive movement is fucked up. And I was like, yo, we got some, there's an Asian American female here and there and there. I'm like, yo, do you ever see her pushing for any Asian American interests? Do you ever see her saying anything? You got a face that looks like it's there, like participating. Meanwhile, she's sucking on a white dick, or black dick. Honestly, Asian American men are completely fucking last and not disregarded. she's not saying anything controversial at all. She's just a face, right? A fucking stock photo that you could use to say, look, we're diverse. Shut the fuck up, man. Yeah, that bitch has zero interest in promoting our causes and zero interest in equality or justice for our people. You know what I mean? She ready to jump ship and, you know, go in another direction. And I can't say they wrong for that. You know, we losing like motherfuckers out here. Our position is in society is shit, and we don't have any fucking rights. We have some rights, but honestly, like, you know, it's legal for people to engage in racism against us. I've already clearly documented racism within the progressive left, but nobody wants to do anything about it. You know what I mean? The motherfuckers are full of shit, man. So, back to the whole Medicare for all, you know what I mean? That full of shitness and overlooking certain minority communities definitely extends itself into this Medicare for all discussion. And honestly, we need more people in here to be watching the whole process to the end. It's easy to go to a rally, it's fun to be surrounded by a whole bunch of other people, feel that solidarity, but at the end of the day, if it didn't go through, once again, I'd like to mention that I was, I marched on Schumer's office to promote Medicare for all. I was the first person in the country to document my visit to AOC's office for Force the Vote, which wasn't covered because there's some political bullshit going on. Thanks a lot, Jimmy Dore, Nick Ronna, not really. All the pieces of shit. Honestly, Nico House too, man. You know what I mean? These people that should be allies, they actually are trying to suppress me and silence me because there's a lot of interest in the game that are, you know, big pharma is, they might not be paying directly by big pharma, but they are in some ways, you know, really, there's pressures on them to conform and to make sure that certain people are taken care of, and those people is not me, right? So it's just the fucking real, man. Anyways, Medicare for all, you'll see me on the front lines, and, you know, no matter what I sacrifice, at the end, it's my voice, as in terms of the final preparation of things, is likely to be disregarded and dismissed for people that are, for a face that really conforms to what people expect or want. Yeah? Not pretty enough, not, you know, the right color, you know. Being Asian means that you get no fucking daps for being a minority. That's the real minorities right there, you know what I mean? The ones that nobody gives a fuck about. So, if you're someone that also shares concerns about Medicare for all and you think it's fucking dumb and stupid, then, you know, get your voices involved in the conversation. You're not going to be able to, you know, we're going to sit on a chair all day and fucking complain about shit. Yo, so, I'm going through a lot of wars right here. You know, we're about to get some real pushback for all of our work out here, fighting corruption here in New York City. And help's just not going to come. Once again, I'm not pretty enough. I don't look the right way. I'm not the right color. I don't play ball. It's going to take motherfuckers like me. It's going to take motherfuckers with that level of commitment, dedication to change this game. People wonder why AOC flips, why Bernie flips, why all these other people flip, you know? You gotta take someone who's so pushed to that margin that makes sure that those communities are taken care of, that maybe even have a certain amount of derision and despise, and for people that have, you know, for people and celebrities or pundits that, you know, that have really contributed in some ways to the unfair situation that's been there. You know, people want to hero worship and shit, and they don't want to, you know, give props to what's real out there. But on a lot of these topics that you see these people talking about, I've moved first on it. You know, I was there on the ground. The ground is most touched with what's going on, but maybe that's part of the reason why they don't want to talk about it. You know, they don't want to promote that, you know, someone else can get the information ahead of them. I'm not about that, you know. I got a lot of things going on. I don't really have time to focus on play numbers to raise my fucking YouTube whatever bullshit algorithm. I don't post on a schedule or none of that shit. I just do the shit as fast as I can and put it out there because I'm an activist first and YouTuber second. So people that specialize in the YouTube game, I could really use their help. But motherfuckers are too busy playing the YouTube game. You know what I mean? They don't want a competitor. Like, I'm not trying to be competitive, but I get it. You know what I mean? They not about what's real. They about what's in it for them. And that's why they're YouTubers first and activists second. You know what I mean? Oh well. Listen. That's just the reality that we fucking live in, you know what I mean? Life isn't fair. I'm fucking really accustomed to that shit. These YouTubers first, activists second. They're the ones who's gonna get paid. They're the one who's gonna get taken care of. They're the ones who's gonna get all the support and love, while those of us who are putting actual risk on the front lines, those of us who are directly confronting and actually causing the change to happen, where's the funding for us? It's not gonna be there. You know, I can deal with that. I don't need the fucking money. Not having money makes me real fucking resourceful. It makes me inventive. It makes me find new ways to do shit, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that, but, you know, when I'm on the front lines facing down the fucking terrors that other motherfuckers be caving into, there's a reason why people don't do what the fuck I do, because they scared. And I'm about to fucking deal with all that pushback. Motherfuckers have no idea. So, yeah. Oh well. I'm gonna have to deal with it now. I'm ready. If you're a hardcore motherfucker in this business, holler at me, you know what I mean? If motherfuckers are not fucking covering you because you too real for them, holler at me. Fuck the bullshit.